Calix Boxing here. We are live, and shout out to all you viewing now and viewing on the archives. Appreciate you all, man. And appreciate the new subscribers. And if you're new to this, hit that sub button, man, for nightly boxing videos. And the new news coming out today is Pacquiao confirmed it. He is fighting Vargas. I believe he confirmed it yesterday, actually. But Bob Arum also said to, I think I saw, yeah, it was Lance Pugmire from LA Times. I was on Twitter earlier and saw that he tweeted out that he talked to Bob Arum, and Bob Arum told him that this fight will not be on HBO pay-per-view. And I heard him say this last week, but I didn't pay too much mind to it because I figured, maybe he's trying to play hardball with HBO, with the media, and get them to come back to the table and give him what he wants. But this is something that probably needs to be done because, like I said, since Mayweather Pacquiao, there's a boycott going on with casual fans. They don't want to pay for boxing anymore because of what happened with Mayweather and Pacquiao, how crappy, how terrible of a fight that was, and how terrible both fighters fought that night. Didn't give the fans what they wanted to see, and there's still a boycott going on. So I think what's happening here is Arum is going to take this to a streaming service. I think he's going to take it to Netflix or Amazon and have them put on the fight pay-per-view and have people pay Netflix or Amazon pay-per-view money to watch the fight and stream it. Now, this will be interesting being that streaming sports. I tried it for a while. I got tired of paying DirecTV and the cable company money for channels that I didn't want. And I said, to hell with this. I'm going to try to stream. And it works if you're not into sports. Streaming works, but streaming is terrible for sports. It's terrible for live sports. I tried it. It sucked. Even with the high-speed internet, it sucked. So it'll be interesting to see how many people would demand refunds after the fight because their streaming kept pausing or it didn't work and whatnot. But I think that's where we're headed with this fight. And I think that's where we're headed for more fights in the future. I think they're trying to trailblaze here and get it boxing onto Netflix and Amazon and services like that. And we've seen it on smaller sites, but I think they're trying to get it into the bigger streaming services and introduce boxing to that market. Probably at a smaller price point, a much smaller price point. It better be anyway, because not too many people would be interested in Pacquiao versus Vargas, to be honest. Just like many people weren't interested in Pacquiao versus Bradley 3. I, for one, didn't mind Pacquiao versus Bradley, all three fights, but Pacquiao versus Vargas, it does nothing for me. And I think a lot of boxing fans feel that way, and definitely the casuals will not be interested in Pacquiao versus Vargas. So I think they got to get creative with this, put it at a smaller price point, try to get more people to buy it. And I don't know. I mean, I think that's all they can pretty much do at this point. Canelo is not going to sell a lot of fights in September, probably not in December either. It has to be not only a competitive fight, but an interesting and intriguing fight at this point for it to sell. Like I said, for Mayweather to sell over 1 million buys at this point, he's got to fight Triple G. Same thing for Pacquiao. And even a competitive fight like Kovalev and Ward, I don't think it approaches 1 million buys. I think that's where we're at this point in boxing. The economy's bad. People aren't doing well right now. And on top of that, the boycott is going on. People casuals are still sour about what happened with Mayweather Pacquiao last May. So that's where we're at. And promoters are going to have to get creative to sell their fighters, to sell pay-per-views. And I think that's what they're realizing with Pacquiao at this point. And especially when he's fighting Vargas, you got to get creative. You can't put that on HBO pay-per-view. So hit me up. Let me know what y'all think about this. And Bob Arum had some, a lot of interesting things to say about this fight. He's saying it's an exciting fight. It's not an easy fight. If the promoter has to come out, promoters say exciting fights all the time, but when you hear the opponent say, oh, this is an exciting fight, this is a good fighter, and talking up the opposition, that's when you know they're already in trouble. Right? I think this is a cash grab. I think it's just Pacquiao trying to stay busy, get the cash grab, and get on to next year. And hopefully, I still think in the back of his mind, he's hoping for a second Mayweather fight. I'm not sure, but we'll see. We'll see. Hit me up. Let me know what y'all think about this. Netflix and chill. Is that where we're going?